Reese Retro 512 and Segway Cyber are my most favorite e-bikes I own so far, and best options to go fast and far in style. But now, when states implement new e-bike rules and regulations, all these new restrictions, it'll get harder and more inconvenient to ride these e-bikes without license and insurance, which at the beginning was the whole point of using e-bikes: have fun, get around, and save money. I have also been asked so many times what would I recommend for a family e-bike, a model that is super efficient, super comfortable, user-friendly, has new modern features, it's sleek and light, but still fast and allows you to use accessories to bring your kids with you, but keep you riding without bringing attention with these new rules and regulations, and still keeps that traditional bike look. I set a budget of $1,800, which is a bit high, but I wanted quality and reputable brands that offer good customer support. There are e-bikes that offer way less and cost way more in this class. I think these options are really high value and quality compared to all other options I tried so far, and I want to compare the best price value. The Pace 4 is now $1,599 on sale, the best value bang for the buck. And I settled for two options that have newer features, are super sleek and very light. Best for casual and commute riding, and in my opinion, these are the best all-around e-bikes for family purposes today for your money. I've been asked lately by neighbors, family, friends, what is the best family-oriented e-bike? Best user-friendly, quality, customer service, UL certification. I chose both best bikes around $2,000. We're gonna compare these two e-bikes from the packaging, from little things like presentation, design, protection, and little things like this, what it contains, what it comes with, how well it's packed, from speed, the range, all the way to the nut and washer. We'll score each segment from 0 to 10 points and see which e-bike gets the highest score at the end. And I posted on my channel already the Velotric brand. This is exceptional presentation. I like here on the box you have actually 4 steps, how to start your journey, and stats here. The Velotric doesn't have that. A scanning assembly video. This is a big benefit having this on the top. But for now, let's unbox them and let's get the bikes out. Aventon Pace is cheaper than Velotric Breeze 1 and gets a 10, Breeze gets an 8. Let's check the unboxing next. And this is how the bikes looks inside, just to get a close-up. Same here. Accessories, nicely wrapped, nicely packed. First look on packaging, and you can see here, big difference. Look how much styrofoam and how many zip ties. Way less there. Also plastic bag, no plastic bag at all. Only one styrofoam spacer here and for the wheel. The rest it's cardboard, and the part of the package offers protection to the bike. Way less zip ties and no plastics. So much more efficient, so much more eco-friendly, and easier to unbox. First look, you can see the big difference in both e-bikes. Look how much work you have to do here, cutting all the zip ties, and here is just 1-2 pieces of paper. And here's a close look of the frame, so you can see the finish. Impeccably beautiful blue color and nicely done. Good welds you can see here, but still visible, not covered. Also here, lights in the back. Perfect color and perfect execution of the paint. Very smooth. And here's Aventon. You can see same beautiful custom paint, and you can see here also the welds, slightly better covered. You can still see them, but much smoother here. You can see this part here, and you can see this part right here. You see? Much smoother on the Aventon. And also you have this multiple colors here, white lines. I think this is just slightly better executed. And here the accessory that came with the bikes. Here's the Breeze accessories, and here are the Aventon Pace. And quickly see what we get here. User manual. Here you have some of the specs of the Aventon Pace 4, Smart 4G track, anti-theft features, the pedals, nice design. We have the Aventon tool, reflectors, and under charger, which is good quality charger, and this is 4 amps, 42 volts, that's great. Grease, and we have some cool stickers here. On the Velotric side, we have a bigger accessory box, and as you guys know already, user manual and tools. This is insanely cool. You have here stickers, and you have here the manual, and under tool set, accessories, this screen and the light. We have the charger and the pedals. Very nice charger. Here we have 3 amps, 54.6, so 40 volts. Pace 4 has the much better packaging, easier to unbox, so 10 points for unboxing. Velotric gets 9 points with a total of 20 versus 18. Here's the Pace 4 and Breeze 1 fully assembled with accessories. Pace 4 weighs around 60 pounds and Breeze 1 around 50 pounds. Super slick, really cool cruiser bikes. Aventon frame 6061 aluminum gravity cast front triangle, and the Velotric frame constructed of triple bodied aluminum alloy. Velotric Breeze 1 comes in regular large size frames and 5 color options, and Aventon Pace 4 comes in regular and large size as well and 3 color options. More space between the seat post and the front handlebar. Large class 2 and large class 2. Lights here in the back. Also lights here in the back, and these lights are slightly bigger. When it comes to paint job, you have one color all the way through, very glossy, very shiny. This baby blue, super bright, jumps into eyes. Here, a more subtle, but still you have this design with 3 colors, branding, and if you look here closely, cable management, so much cleaner, better quality wrapping. I wish they went all the way to the top. Also hides in the frame, and it's much better executed. If you look on this bike, not as clean. It goes to the top, but not the same nicer webbing that goes around, and this can be done slightly better. Velotric gets 10 points because it's lighter and offers more variety of colors. Pace 4 gets 8.5 points. The Velotric motor, 48 volts, geared, 750 watt, 65 Nm of torque, no peak power disclosed on a website. Compared to Aventon, surprisingly higher rating but much smaller. Aventon motor, 36 volts, geared, 500 watts, 60 Nm of torque, peak power delivery, 864 watts. The drivetrain, same size, great design, good quality overall, 46 teeth chainring on both models, 8-speed cassette on both, different brands, same shifter. Good quality pedals. Pace 4 has a chain guard, and the Breeze 1, the rear triangle on the bottom, is not protected. Comfort seats on both bikes, little springs here in the back, little bushings. Same here, wider seat, suspension, and looks like it's a wider spacer here. Max capacity 27 kilograms or 59 pounds. I like more this connection here in the fender, branding, and all these endings, also connection into the bike. Here, no vibration, almost no travel there, adjustability here. And this is the rear rack on the Velotric. You have maximum load capacity of 66 pounds, so slightly higher, but the fender, look at the play here. A lot of play, also good connections, but not as refined as the Aventon. I think Aventon has better hardware when it comes to accessories, slightly better design, and looks more futuristic. Here are the cockpits of the bike. You have very good grips on both bikes, good trigger. Feel like this is too long, should be a little shorter. Very nice console. This is so easy and comfortable to maneuver and control all these buttons when you ride. Very intuitive. The same brake levers as this model. You have this huge color screen, very visible, easy to read. It's in your face. This is opposite, very compact, but still somehow this is comfortable, easy to use, and the screen, despite being so compact, so small, still very easy to read. Most riders use phone mounts, so the compact size of the screen actually it's a benefit for cleaner cockpit. Pace 4 has an upgraded handlebar that feels more stable at higher speeds and allows you to add more accessories and looks better. 8-speed shifter, nicer tucking underneath, same on Pace 4. And you can go into the eco mode, sport mode, turbo, and boost. In the app you can switch super easy between cadence and torque sensor. From 0 up to 5th level, we have here on this button changing between eco, trail, and boost. So it gives you 15 settings to adjust this bike. You can go in the menu while you ride and do a sensor swap between torque and cadence and adjust this bike exactly how you want it. ACU module, very smooth integration. No cables on the side, even on the bottom you can see all covered, perfectly done. Here's the Velotric Breeze 1 unit. This is the view from the top, the side, and the bottom. Quite differently done. Out of the box, Aventon has a lead on the frame compartment because you get a seat post suspension out of the box, and it's included in the price range. Here you have to upgrade and spend extra. Total so far 38.5 versus 37. Very close. Batteries, top integration and bottom integration. To remove Velotric battery, flip the key and the battery comes out. You will certified to remove Pace 4 battery. Go into the menu. Battery lock. Opens up the battery, you press on the lever, comes out, and here's your battery. Nice warranty sticker here, doesn't get damaged easily, and on top right here you have easy to carry handle, gets a little splash. Not sure why they put this connector here, should be a different place, but it's IPX6, so it's waterproof. And here are the specs on the Aventon. And what's cool about this battery, this is 21700 cells, and these are branded cells. I asked Velotric about their battery, you're certified. This is 18650 cells. Here are the specs, and this is unbranded cells. Here's the email I got from Velotric team, and I asked them specifically what brand they're using, and this is the answer I got from them. This is 13 amps and this is 19.88 amps. When it comes to quality and the brand, this is a big difference. And longevity and performance, this is gonna do so much better in the long run. Base 4, a strong 10, and breeze 1, a weak 7. Locate your bike, secure your bike, protect your investment, stay in the know. Activate now. Agree, active. Free trial for a year, all the services. Subscribe, you have to pay for the trial, and this is gonna be $20 a year. And this is for all other bikes. The same with Velotric, the same with Segway and other bikes. You have to pay for a year or for 3 years. We're gonna leave it as it is, and this is your app. And you have all information here. Power, let's see here. Maximum speed, maintenance, dealers, discover, rides, e-bike, more settings. Minutes, ride assist. You have torque and cadence, that's cool, so I can switch and we can agree, continue. We are gonna increase to 28 miles an hour. The app actually looks really cool. And you have here lock, lights, all the stuff, sport, turbo. Gonna go in turbo. All right, let's see what this bike does. Oh, wow. It has a lot of torque for 65 Newton meter. This is actually impressive. 24 miles an hour, 25. Very easy. And this is 42 volt system, but feels like 50 volt. Yeah, I'm barely pushing any pressure on the pedals, and the bike just flies out. Throttle, very smooth. You can play with settings and adjust that also. And it goes up to 20 miles an hour. Yeah, I think at 20 is gonna stop. 19, shows 20 on the screen on the bike. And let's pedal now. Yeah, it picks up easy. 28, 29. Yeah, the torque kicks in really nice. Powerful and smooth. And now 25, very easy. 26. I think it's limited to 30 miles an hour. It doesn't let me push more. 28, 27 is a breeze. 30 miles an hour top speed. Limit at 30 miles an hour would not let you go past that. Maybe there's a lock limitation that needs to be removed. I'm not sure yet, but we did 2.53 miles. Let's see how much we get on this model. We're gonna go into the maximum torque setting and boost. And it's 0-0. Let's gear down. Also has good torque. Very close, very similar to previous bike. Good calibration. Picks up speed very nicely. We'll see here. Have 22, 23. Let's push to the max. See how much we get top speed. Okay, it feels like I have to push more. The torque is not as high as the previous model, but still goes 27 miles an hour, 28. Go faster. 29, 30, 31. So it's still kind of like melting, freezing, melting. So the surface is a little bit slippery. So maybe that's why the bike, because lighter, it feels like I don't know how to explain this, like too light. The other bike felt more planted, more stable. They're very close to Aventon Piece 4, very similar. The bike is lighter and picks up speed just a hair, just a tiny bit faster. And the 10 pounds
that is shaved on this bike is because of the battery and the frame. The triangle in the back, it's also much thinner.
Both bikes have good performance and get 10 points. The range test performed an exact same route and elevation, temperature in high 40s and low 50s, and the maximum speed settings on both bikes, my weight around 230 pounds, pedaling with the same consistency, and the numbers are shockingly surprising. Aventon Pace 4 beats by 10 miles in range, which is probably the highest efficiency battery I tested so far, and the higher average speed. Getting 36.7 miles, going to maximum speed, and I was mostly keeping speeds between 25, 26 to 28 miles an hour in cold weather with 240-pound rider. This is the highest range result I achieved so far in any 20 amp hour e-bike battery test. And on top of that, this is the lowest voltage system. In the summer, expect to get 30 to 40% more range. This e-bike is super efficient. Pace 4 gets a strong 10 and Breeze gets an 8. This is an average hill around 100, maybe max 200 yards to the flats. With pedaling, the bike keeps steady speed and performs very predictive. And I don't have to push hard at all. I can also shift up to higher gear, but it's not needed. Super easy climb, very comfortable. Stayed consistent at 22 miles an hour throughout the hill, and at the end picking up speed to 23 and 24 miles an hour going higher. It is only 36 volt system, but performs as good if not better than 48 volt systems.
Let's see now uphill. Yeah, on flats it's perfect. Yeah, I feel like I have to push harder here. And I already shifted the gears up. Yeah, uphill feels like it's slightly slower than previous bike. Now on flats it picks up, but you can feel in performance uphill, and this is like a 100-meter hill, it's not a long one. You can feel right away the power output. So I have to find a longer hill and see how it performs in those conditions for at least 1 minute of climb. The power, the torque kicks in this settings so much faster and so much better. You can feel right away. Accelerates much quicker.
I found a steeper and longer hill. Let's test on throttle only. Maximum power settings on both bikes. Aventon has 70% battery capacity and Velotric 77. Open throttle to the max and see which bike performs better on hill consistency. Which motor stays steady over a longer uphill climb, offers more consistent power output and offers higher torque for longer, and gets to the top faster. Pace 4 provides a more effortless uphill climb and gets to the top so much faster, and the most important, easier. This bike will do great in extremely steep hills. Aventon Pace 4 wins uphill race test and gets to the top 13 seconds faster. On hill test, Pace 4 gets a 10 and Breeze 1 gets an 8. Now the bike is locked, and you can see you won't be able to move the bike. It's locked and it's not going to move anywhere. Also be beeping and you get notification on your watch, on your cell phone. This is actually the best safety issue to have, because if the person steals the bike and they remove this ring, they won't be able to use it, and the motor is not going to work. If you replace the motor, it's going to be synced with the ASIUM module and will show real-time location of the bike, so you'll be able to report the police and recover the bike. Turn signals are awesome on both bikes, and there are slight differences here just to show you. So when you press,
It flashes and has a slight beep. It's not super loud, but still decent and very useful. Here, when you press notification, but there's no sound. So you can see here, super bright, also super bright. Now this covers a little bit here. Here's more open, and also in the back, this is how it looks, and this is how it looks in the back. Now, that side, the Velotric is gonna keep beeping and flashing. This has automatic turn off. This you have to press. So, and the brakes now, very bright, and also here, very bright. Now, this seems a little brighter because it's different finished plastic and it's slightly bigger.
When it comes to build quality, details of design, ergonomics, welds, finish, paint, joints, Pace 4 just feels a bit better. Ownership ecosystem, which is very important, support, your peace of mind. Aventon has 1,800 locations across US and Velotric has only 1,000, so twice as much dealers locations all across US, which is a big difference.
And this is a very efficient bike. I tested this last summer and this actually feels more efficient. Also, it's a big battery, but if anybody can shed some light over this issue, why there's such a big size difference? This should be at least the same size or smaller, but it's bigger. Maybe there's better quality components, more material, better build, I don't know, but this is a very good quality hub.
The frame of Velotric is more rounded, more sleek, much thinner, and the Aventon has this design actually on the sides. It feels slightly more massive and slightly beefier. When it comes to performance, both bikes are reliable and offer good performance numbers. Not just a spec-heavy bike, but a tech-forward development. Fully customizable riding platform where Pace 4 wins through integrated software. But when it comes to superior build quality, design and details, Pace 4 has the edge here. Shows better heel consistency in my tests. The motor stays steady over a long uphill climb, more predictable performance under load, max torque output feels slightly higher. Pedal response is instant on both bikes, but the assist behavior level just feel a hair more torquey on a Pace 4. These cruisers are not off-road e-bikes, but on some challenging terrain, Pace 4 will give you extra cushion. An extra wider frame triangle will give you more space and adjustability. Longer seat post offers better riding position, height adjustability for wider range of riders. Weight difference and robustness. On weight difference, Breeze is lighter, that brings portability advantages, but on stability, Pace 4 just felt more planted and more comfortable for me at high speeds. Here are the apps, and the Pace 4 has an advantage that allows you to control the bike remotely. Not available on the Velotric. You have here more settings and you can do display, brightness, power, ride assist, and this is pretty cool. Both apps give you adjustability, but Pace 4 gives you even more. Each setting speed has a custom 0 to 100 adjustment. And turbo. You can do different e-bike profiles, you can switch from torque to cadence, maximum 28 miles, you can limit the power to whatever speed you like. You have GPS location on both bikes, but that's about it for Breeze. On Pace 4, you have so much more. And you have also security anti-theft. On Velotric, this is pretty much all the app, there's no more other options. And this is the cool thing that not a lot of bikes have. Restricted allow, confirm. And you can set up the area, say how big it is, and you can do the geofencing and see where the bike can work or not, and you can press and increase the area, how far the bike can actually operate. Really cool feature. I like this different areas, so you can actually customize exactly how you want it. Areas exactly how you want it. And you can do bike sharing and you can set up different profiles. So this is pretty much the app, and you have here system maintenance, you have a lot of firmware update, IoT service, and the app is actually pretty cool. Besides that, you have your rides and you can do here exactly all the specs and where did you go, and you can track your ride and do records, the top speed, the average speed, distance, elevation, and all that good stuff. So really, really complex and very cool app here. You can set different modes. So a lot of you have here the medals that you actually, achieve. So really, really cool app. I actually like it a lot. On features, Breeze 1 does not have the geofencing settings on the safety notifications, phone, watch, or computer. Does not have the rear wheel lock. So 10 points for the Pace 4 and 8 points for the Velotric, which brings the total to 108.5 versus 95. All the links for these e-bikes will be in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.